happy Monday night. We are back after a long weekend. And
very, very long weekend.
Happy late Father's Day to all of you fathers out there that we were not live yesterday. Hope you guys had a fantastic day and enjoyed your fucking day. And on that, by popular demand, we have brought on Trash Pandas, which is probably one of the coolest fucking band names I've ever heard in my fucking life. Bottom
Why
line,
do you think so?
it is absolutely fucking fan. I love bands that come up with like interesting band names. Like that was one of the things that like whenever I found out about I Wrestled a Bear Once.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's
Yep.
cool.
Definitely makes you wonder.
Yeah, and then I became a lifelong fan of I Wrestled a Bear Once, and then there was like Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
No, see, that's mine right there. Those are my guys.
I came across one today called the Space Lumberjacks.
Hey,
I like that one too.
I made that up just because the name is cool.
Curiosity kills.
No, because like I went and seen Tony Danza in Tennessee many years ago, and I was talking to one of their guitarists, and he's actually the one that told me about I Wrestled a Bear Once. And I was just like, do all of you with like weird ass fucking names or like names that are off the beaten path, you have like a little fucking club that y'all like talk and hang out? He was like, yeah, kind of. All right, that fucking works. All right, so we're just gonna go right into our normal fucking shit show. Mm-hmm. So, of course, when we ask questions, all of you have to answer. It's not a collective answer because you all have your own opinions and your own thoughts. So, on that...
We'll have to talk this time, Jacob.
All of you are in the hot seat. No one's spared. No one is ever spared. So, on that, what point of your life did you decide you want to be a musician? Was it a band? Did you see a music video? Was it a family member? What was that one point that you decided, I want to be in a band, I want to be a musician, this is what I want to do?
Guitar Hero. That's it. That's the whole story.
That's a good one.
Very
the funny thing,
short.
I'm not even a guitarist anymore. I just thought it was fun, and then I played a guitar for a while when I was 16, and then I found out I was a better drummer than guitarist, so here I am.
You know how many times we've heard that on this show?
Lots.
A lot.
Dude, it was such an influential game to so many people in my generation. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a little older than that because I was probably in my mid-20s when that came out.
Sure.
I mean, I've wanted to do music since I was probably like 7. I think my first big like musical inspiration was Avril Lavigne at the time. I thought she was so cool.
Yes.
And then I sang Skater Boy in a school talent show, and that's all it took. I've been doing it ever since.
There you go.
That was my celebrity crush forever.
Hell yeah, she's so cool.
That's a popular opinion for most of us.
Well, I grew up as a pop punk kid to begin with before I got into metal. So I was big into like Blink-182 and Good Charlotte and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Avril Lavigne was like the fucking queen. Like,
Oh yeah.
That was it. Like, if you were a pop punk kid, Avril Lavigne was like everything that you wanted and dreamed of. All right, how about the other two?
It started with, you go first, Jackie.
Oh, goodness. We're too polite for each other. Okay. Derek hit the nail on the head with that Guitar Hero stuff. That's ultimately what it ends up being. I was just regaling these guys with the story about how my dad made fun of my singing on Guitar Hero World Tour. And I've just been like going back at it for spite ever since that moment. I was like, I'm not that bad. I could do this.
I can't be that bad.
Well, I guess the spite worked because you are a very good vocalist nowadays.
I can at least make sounds that make my dad uncomfortable. And that's the goal.
Oh, I love it.
That could go so many different directions.
Real.
Well, time to start an OnlyFans.
Anyone ever heard of Moancore?
Oh man.
Hey, we're gonna be seeing them in Vans Warped Tour in November, so we're looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
For me,
All right, Jacob, what you got?
Guitar Hero.
Oh my god.
When I was 10 years old, and I found
See, that's what I'm saying, man.
It's all Guitar Hero.
Yep.
I found Avenged Sevenfold through there, and I was like, I need to do this. And then I got a real guitar, and I was like, okay, let's eventually do this. I got to slow down real quick. And then here I am 10 years later, still trying.
You're succeeding. Don't shut up, man.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, you're wild. Like,
So modest.
Any
Throw
song
my-
that exists.
Throw my age out there. Like I said before we start, I'm a musician. I play in a band as well. Mine was MTV and seeing the music video for Ace of Spades by Motorhead on Beavis and Butthead.
Sure.
yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So that just kind of throws my age out there and makes me kind of fucking old at this point.
I'll tell you what, Beavis and Butthead, that's at least my dad forced a little bit of that like 90s isms on me, even still as I was getting up there for it. So along with having me do music, he also had me on some Beavis and Butthead. So I'm right there with you.
Hell yeah.
Do you know how many bands that we've interviewed? Because this is season 3. So every season we interview 53 bands a season.
Damn.
How many bands that we've interviewed that we've asked that Beavis and Butthead has been brought up, and all of us they just look at us like blink, 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 and have no idea what it even is.
Oh man, come on now. That's just uncultured.
That's weird. Because yeah, I feel like you at least need to know what it is.
Yeah, you don't have to like it, but at least know.
MTV was
Exactly.
right up there. I mean, you had a lot of really cool stuff going on.
Well,
Celebrity Deathmatch was also on MTV.
Oh yeah.
but here's the thing: like Beavis and Butthead itself was such a purveyor of heavy metal and hard rock.
Yes, definitely.
They kind of helped the whole entire heavy metal hard rock scene elevate to a whole nother level where a lot of times heavy metal and hard rock or alternative rock, whatever you're in the rock genre, has always been kind of frowned upon and treated like the fucking, no offense, redheaded stepchild.
Catching strays over here.
Yeah.
I don't treat you like redheaded stepchild. But I mean, it happens. But Beavis and Butthead really kind of took that and turned it kind of mainstream.
Well, it had a focus for a certain group.
Yeah.
And that group, whoever found it, loved it.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah.
Fucking degenerate fucking preteens that were sneaking behind their parents' tool shed and smoking beer.
Smoking beer.
Beer.
That sounds
Okay.
great. I love smoking my beer.
Smoking beer,
That
drinking
sounds a
weed.
little interesting.
Smoking weed and drinking beer.
There we go.
Snorting his marijuana.
And I was one of those degenerate kids that was back there fucking drinking beer at 13 years old and throwing up on Bud Light.
hmm
All right, so on that, CB, you are on deck, brother.
Okay, so for me growing up, there were some popular things that I got to enjoy. For me, it was Pogs and yo-yos. What was it for you?
Pogs and yo-yos. I'll tell you what, I feel like growing up, I was talking to my coworker about this recently. I was such a video game person. Like from the moment that I was conceived unto this earth, there was a Nintendo 64 just sitting at home with like Smash Bros and stuff in it. So like once I got consciousness, I was like running around Banjo-Kazooie, fucking shit up, you know.
Right.
Now I'd like never play. I'm like so jealous of like the idea of just taking the time to do it anymore. Like I just do music stuff, which I love. Music is great and awesome, but I never take time to like go into that fantasy other self to like, you know, kill orcs or whatever.
Yeah, see, and I'm right there with you. So like I like video games, you know, there's times that I can get into it, but then there's times that I'm just like, I could be doing something else. Or I get bored with it and I find something else to do.
Yeah, I used to be able to play that forever as a kid, and now I can play a game like 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, can't do it anymore.
I'm 31. I'll still play video games for 8 hours on a Sunday. I don't care.
Nothing
I live
wrong with
vicariously through you too. Yes, anytime I'm over at their place, I'll just sit and watch this kid go like, yeah, put that Oblivion on, man. I want to see what's up with that. Yeah.
All right, Jacob, what you got, man?
I was about to say I recently got back into playing video games after just no lifing music for months now. I'm just like, you know what? Let's relax and actually play some games, you know?
For the record, these two, Jackie and Jacob here, they actually had to no life our stuff. We had members quit on us, and they gave us no notice, and so we were only down 1 month of shows. So that means that these two guys here learned our entire shit in like 4 weeks, and were able to go put on shows. And
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Good job.
Thank you for the kind applause. That's
yeah, you guys deserve it. It was crazy.
Absolutely, yeah.
The fact that our two string instrument players left with no notice and we were only down for 4 weeks is insane.
So
that's a good pit crew time. Yeah.
6 weeks.
I can sympathize with that because, like, I've been a hired gun where I was just jumping from band to band just to fucking tour, and the amount of time that you have to put in when you come into a new band that already has music. And it's not music that you help create, and you have to go in and fucking learn that music. And a lot of times you don't have a whole lot of time to learn the entire fucking set list.
Right.
So it's like all day, every day for several weeks, even months, that you're like cramming, trying to learn all of this music.
Yep.
So,
We were definitely Jacob's #1 artist on Spotify this year because of that.
I'll get you
hey,
there.
it happens. It definitely happens. All right, Meg, you're up on deck.
All right. So my question is, if y'all were, hold on, I just had a blank. So who is most likely to miss sound check because they were doing something? Are all pretty dedicated? Who's most likely to miss something?
That's a good question. We're all pretty on time. I would say probably me or Jackie. Definitely not the other two. Those two got their shit together a little bit more, I'd say.
Right. Yeah. Jacob is the sweetest boy who will always do things the correct way, and I will trust him with my life. And Lacey is band mom, and she has just is a categorical knowledge of so many files and details that I simply do not. So yeah, it's got to be me. I'm smoking and shit, so it's probably I'll probably just like hit one too many.
I'm right there with you, man.
And if like Jacob doesn't have a day sheet for when he's supposed to show up, he's like panic mode. So
I was gonna say, whenever there's
Yeah.
no schedule, I just like, okay, here we go. Let's just see what happens.
he does not like to wing it.
I'm right there with you because I'm the same way. Like, I'm early to everything, and I'm the one that'll be out there on the stage like fucking 3 hours prior. Now, I will have a cooler full of ice and a lot of beer because everybody knows I like some fucking beer. I'm gonna bring it with me, but I will be up there, and my ass will be fucking working my ass off. But I'm gonna be drinking beer the whole time that I'm fucking doing it.
Absolutely.
The funny thing is with me is like I get worried when there isn't a day sheet, and I'm usually like the last one to show up to things, and it's like I live by the motto that Party Marty, our good friend, says. I might be late, but I'll still.
I'll be there.
That's me for sure.
Yep.
Yes.
For sure.
All right, fair enough. All right, Daffy, you're up on deck.
So what is your guys' favorite road trip memory?
Like as a band or in general?
As a band.
Oh God. With this iteration, that's interesting.
I don't know. We played a ton of shows, but it all just has amalgamated right now. It's hard to even look back on
You know,
it. It
like the weekends in Love's parking lots kind of blend together at a certain point, and you just
Right.
I haven't heard of a Love's since
what's that now?
West. I have not heard of Love since I left the Midwest.
I love
Yeah, I mean,
It is a lit up 24-hour parking lot. There's
Showers.
all these spots. There are 24 hours, breakfast, bathroom, whatever you need, man. It's like if you're looking for a place to park, that's the spot, man.
Loves the shit.
See, as many tours I've done, it's always been down in like the South in Texas is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is life.
Oh, Buc-ee's
We've
is
heard many things. Okay, you want to hear some shit? There, if you go down Highway 41, I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin, by the way, so we're like way up north, right?
Okay.
If you go down Highway 41 for about an hour, there's a sign that says, keep going, Buc-ee's, 468 miles.
It's worth that 468 miles.
I don't know.
He's on Quick Trip.
That is a whole day's worth of driving.
At least.
But it is worth it because the food is really good.
No.
I went out to Texas one time for a charity, and my boss literally just had me buy him a shit ton of beef jerky because they just had got the whole wall of it out there.
They have a wall of everything. They have a wall of chips.
Yes.
They have a wall of fucking gummies. They have a wall of beef jerky. They have a wall of everything.
I thought of a good story from the road, guys.
Go for it.
Yeah, on our first weekend out on the bus, the big rickety tour bus, Derek hit a pothole when we were almost back to my cousin's house in Indianapolis and blew the tire.
Blue is like I don't know about understand. There's a hole in the tire, probably like this big, man.
Oh, a chunk.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And we're just really lucky because my cousin actually works for a company that fixes up trucks and stuff, and he got us a new tire right away. But yeah, we
were 2 blocks away from his parking lot when it happened.
Yeah, it's we got there still. We didn't have to stop in the middle of the road. We made it, but that hole was massive.
So that kind of plays into a story I'm about to tell, don't you?
I'm not wearing the shirt.
You're laughing. There's a shirt made on this that you can actually order. So it's the gas station sushi story. He's already laughing. So we were on tour. I was with one of my bands. I was in my younger 20s, and we blew a tire out same way. And we pulled up in this big travel center. It had a bunch of different restaurants and shit like that. I'm the only one in the entire band that knew how to change a fucking tire.
That's a little sad.
The only one. So I was like, okay, well, I'll change the tire. You guys go get us fucking food.
Oh, no.
So they go. So I'm changing the tire. Well, they bring back sushi.
Oh, no.
All right, great. Oh, yeah, it's going, oh, no, all right. We had to play that night. So we sit down, and I'm like, and there was a actual sushi place that was in there. So I thought they went over to the sushi joint and got real sushi.
Oh, they got you some dumb shit.
They got gas station sushi. By the time we got to our hotel, we had a guy shitting on the toilet, we had a guy shitting in the fucking bathtub, we had a guy sitting on the fucking sink shitting,
Yeah.
on the fucking flower pot on the goddamn balcony. And we were all sick as hell.
That sounds like in the movie Bridesmaids.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Went to the show. We played the show. Our drummer shit himself again on
stage. Yikes.
We had to go get plastic bags, like hefty bags, and put them over his feet and let him stand up and waddle off the stage.
Yikes. It was just running down his legs and everything.
Yes.
Horrible.
Bro's drumming.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Yeah. Oh.
Yes. Never trust gas station sushi, and never trust anything at a gas station. It's like on one of those like rolling fucking like the hot dog sausages.
Hey, quick trip hot dogs. Fuck. All right, for all you people who know anything about the Midwest,
I know quick trip.
quick trip.
No, Derek's definitely that would be my big fat ass guy who likes the rolling hot dogs.
No, bad.
Quick Trip with a KW.
Those roller dogs, man.
It's
Where's
all
that?
bad.
I
All right.
acknowledge they all have disease, but I'm just built different. I'll eat the taquitos. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, solidarity.
So if each one of you could spend 24 hours with a musical icon, who would you choose to spend that time with? Dead or alive?
24 hours. That's a long time. That puts a different spin on it.
Uh-huh.
Well, not in a weird way. Okay, come on now.
Guys, you have
for me.
24 hours to spend with one musical icon that you could learn everything that you could within 24 hours with that person. Who would it be?
Who do I think I could learn the most from? See, I don't know if it would be like one of my icons, because I feel like my drumming style is already so much inspired by them that I should go to somebody else, you know?
Right.
Use the chance to learn the most
Yeah,
knowledge.
learn something new. Like I've played
Yeah.
Chris Adler's fill 6 gajillion times. I don't know if I need to hang out with him necessarily.
What about Matt
Right.
Gardner from Animals?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
who would you just think it'd be fun to hang out with? Maybe like
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Here.
hanging out with Devin Townsend. I'm just going.
I knew
hanging
it.
out with that bald dad and just chilling. And I'm gonna ask him, "Are you happy you're not touring anymore?" And he's gonna sit silently and not answer me.
He's gonna be like,
I knew that was who you were gonna pick, and you all know who I'm gonna pick too. I'm picking Mike Patton.
oh
Of
yeah.
course.
Okay.
Mike Patton's like my idol, so yeah, and he just seems like he'd actually be a lot of fun to talk to. He's a goofball.
That is exactly the word. He's just a goofy dude. He's
I was actually just watching a bunch of his videos that he did with Drumeo
Mhm.
on YouTube, and he's a pretty fucking legit dude. Like I've
Mhm.
never gotten the chance to like interview him, but I think that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun to talk to him. We saw Mr. Bungle a year or two ago now, and he just got like his dog squeaky toys on stage, like singing into the mic and stuff. Like he's a weirdo, and I love it.
Does whatever.
All right, how about you, Jacob?
Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold.
That's a popular one.
Okay. I think I got my real answer because Lacey put the just hang out with spin on it. I think Alexi Leho would have some stories to tell and be fun to have a beer with. Rested.
Okay. Yep. All right,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
There's
All right,
stories
DB.
All right. So, what is your favorite scary movie? And I think I already know the answer to one.
Surprisingly, it's not.
Crazy because it's cool.
It is. Evil Dead is up there for sure, but like the Saw series in general, like through the first 7, was like I don't know what you want to call it. My introduction to horror, you want to say? Like that's like the only thing I own a box set of, you know.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
It's hard for me to pick one. I like the ones that are really confusing that you have to look up the meaning for at the end. I really thought Skinamarink was cool, even though it's like absolutely awful to watch. Like it's just all this like fuzz and you're in corners of houses and stuff, but for some reason I enjoyed that. Anything Ari Aster does is pretty cool. Hereditary, Midsummer, Beau is Afraid. Like I like the weird ones.
Hereditary was the only movie in like recent memory that actually I had a nightmare about it that night. Like I watched, like Lacey and I watched a lot of horror movies. This is the first time that's happened in like a decade. That one's fucked up.
Which one?
Hereditary.
Yeah. That one
I
was
hated
fun.
it.
But Ari Aster says it's like a slapstick. He says it's a comedy.
Yeah, right.
So Meg and I we got to Welcome to Rockville the night before, and we sat down and watched this god awful fucking Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Oh my god,
I won't even bring myself to watch that shit.
I
We
kind
did
of
it.
want to, but
We did it. We sat down and watched it. Both of us were just looking at each other like, this is so bad.
yeah.
He called me up and he said, "We're watching Winnie the Pooh." I said, "Well, guess what? I'm going to watch it too." Same thing.
There you go.
Lots of gore, but oh my
Dude,
god,
it wasn't gory enough. Not to me. I was like,
No.
I think way worse.
Yeah, those B movies, man.
By
You never
the way,
know what you're gonna get.
not a Disney movie, everybody.
Sure
No.
is.
No.
Well, then we sat down and watched that Nicolas Cage movie, The Color of Space or whatever.
That was
and that was
good.
actually
That
really
was good.
fucking good.
I thought you were about to say Long Legs. That one was pretty good too.
I want to see that one.
That
That
one
is a horror film, yeah.
Like Meg and I, we both found out that night that we both have a love for anything that's like H.P. Lovecraft style.
Yeah.
So we love anything that's based off of like H.P. Lovecraft type movies, and Color Space was like fucking phenomenal. And I'm a bit I even love indie horror movies. Like I was actually an indie horror actor for about 8 years, and I've done a lot of indie horror movies.
Sick.
And that movie was actually really fucking legit, but good God, don't watch the fucking movie.
Not worth it.
I have
Okay.
a second one out, and I'm gonna go ahead and watch it, and I'm gonna torture myself to watch the second.
just to do it, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you have to see how it ends.
I have to. All right, Jacob, what you got, man?
So there's this YouTube series called The Mandela Catalog, and it's just like this weird analog horror YouTube series by this guy named Alex Kister. It's based in Wisconsin, so sometimes when I'm watching, I'll be like, because I know a spot, and it's just it gives you like a weird feeling like the whole time, but it's like super interesting when you like dive into like what it's actually about.
It makes me think of like the Slender Man. Do you remember that? You old enough?
Yeah.
I'm old
Yeah.
enough, Derek, thank you very much.
You're 20, man. There's a good chance you weren't around for like the heyday of
Yeah, I'm thinking of like back rooms in that pool
Yes.
game that like I really want to play now because it's just creepy and intriguing.
Yeah.
It's in like Oshkosh or something like that. It's like some go-kart place or something.
Yeah.
I don't know shit- I don't know-
Liminal spaces, I think. Is what
Liminal
it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
Jackie, what you got?
I love that thought process you went down, Jacob. First of all, I'm a bitch. I can't handle horror. I will like write
I'm right
this
there with
weird
you.
astounding shit, but for some reason I see it in a visual form, and that's too much for me. But I've been being desensitized by many of my friends. My partner loves horror stuff, and especially the analog or augmented reality type of horror stuff, like the Mandela Catalog. My favorite one that she's shown me so far, which simultaneously, again, terrifying but interesting, is the Mystery Flesh Pit. The idea that in the 1980s, there was a national park made out of a giant unknown living thing underneath the crust of the earth that was at least 3 miles long. And we just made it a tourist park because we could.
Okay.
Fair enough.
that is wild.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Sounds weird. I like it.
It's out there. Another one where I had to like look up theory videos about all of it because it
Oh
is
yeah.
Deep
weird.
dive. down a hole.
No, that's my
Yeah.
favorite one. I have to look shit up because I don't quite understand it.
My favorite is a movie that Peter Jackson did
Oh yeah.
in his college years called Dead Alive, or
Yeah.
in some areas called Brain Dead. And you're talking zombie sex, zombie babies, and
Zombie Babies. That's a new one.
oh yeah, just
Yeah.
absolute fucking insanity.
Huh.
Dead Alive is probably my favorite fucking horror movie that I've ever seen, but it is absolute fucking insanity, and for the longest time was deemed the goriest horror film ever created for a very long time.
I would have to say that would be true.
Yeah.
Someone just commented the house that Jack built. Didn't we watch that, Lacey? I feel that name sounds familiar.
I've not seen that.
I feel like we did, but I'd
can't
have to
remember
look
it.
it up. We that's literally what we do if we're at home is we watch either stupid reality TV or horror movies. So we've seen a lot of them.
1,000-Pound Sisters. Let's go.
It's so good.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it is.
Thank you.
Yes.
Frankenhooker. Oh boy, go watch Frankenhooker.
Okay.
Frankenhooker. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Anything by Trauma is going to be a good time. So go watch Frankenhooker.
Okay, I got it.
Horrific, but it's good. All right, Meg, you are up on deck.
Okay. So, what is the sketchiest venue y'all have ever played? What's like the one that you walked in, you're like, is the right place, or like, are we gonna make it out alive? What's the sketchiest y'all ever played?
There's been a couple of those.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Do we want to actually like name the venues?
You don't have to.
If it's the one you're thinking of, I'm down. Like fuck that place. But
Which one are you thinking of? I have so many.
yeah.
most recent weekends or whatever. Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, here I'm gonna say it with my chest. I don't like Magoo's. Magoo's in
Oh,
South Chicago.
yes,
That
yes.
place is fucking grody.
That was
and
unanimous.
it shows up 'cause it's in
That's
an
a
industrial
recent one.
complex,
This is like
and they gave me fucking tinnitus, and no, fuck Magoo's.
This was like
It's
under
like
2 weeks
the
ago.
industrial park of the south side of Chicago, and yeah, not super awesome.
Dude, it was all foggy too. Like it felt like Silent Hill when you'd walk outside and there's just like there's no life out there.
Right.
Like there's no homes, there's no people. Like
It's right
literally
next to fucking Midway, so there's like planes flying overhead the whole time. Like if there's not loud roaring, then there is an ominous quiet because no one is there.
Mhm.
Dude, real.
Did anybody show up to the show?
One Lacey's
Literally-
best friend and one of the opener's girlfriends.
Yeah, well literally 2 people came.
Wow.
Shout out to Bobby. You're the real one, dude.
Oh yeah.
Man, are you a real band if you haven't played a show like that, though? I'm a firm believer that you are not.
It's a necessity. Yeah.
It's part of it, part of the journey.
Yes.
It's going to happen. And if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. You're some fucking super band like the mysterious band that just came out and their very first show was Download Festival.
Oh yeah, like
Band
Yeah.
president.
Okay.
Mhm.
industry plant.
Yeah.
Exactly. How the fuck is your first show Download Festival?
It's what Lacey said.
I feel like I'd shit my pants, I'm going to be honest. If that was my first show.
And if that's your first show, you obviously have connections with
Yeah,
people that like most of us don't have.
My first show was my high school battle of the bands, and I almost shit myself in front of those 20 people.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I puked everywhere my first show. Threw up everywhere.
Mhm.
Oh
Oh,
man.
no.
'Cause-
Was it nerves kind of thing, or were you like sick?
No, I was nerves because
Word.
like we were playing a fucking fair, a county fair, and I'm like, there can't be that many people. It's not going to be
Oh,
that bad.
Those county
Oh,
fairs,
no.
man. Yeah.
So, I'm
Oh.
like, it's bumfuck fucking Oklahoma. There's
Get those
not gonna be
passerbys.
anyone out here.
That's
And I
all there is to do in Oklahoma though, right? County fair.
County fair, yeah.
I didn't
That,
think
like
about
big
that.
block of
So,
state, and then you got like that little rectangle, and it's like, what happens in that rectangle? No one
Which-
knows.
I don't live in Oklahoma. My family's actually originally from the East Coast, but somehow we were out in Oklahoma for a while, and that's where I was born, and I was there for about 16 years. And I fucking played a show out there, and I remember going up and getting ready to go on stage, and I look out there, and it's like body to body, and I'm just like, "Ugh."
Yeah. I mean, if that's your first one, that's intimidating. My first one was just like a shitty bar, so
I
that
wish,
wasn't so bad.
I wish my first one would have been a shit because I would have felt way better.
I'm sure, yeah.
It was not, and there was a lot of people out there, and I was like, Yep, I threw up, and I threw up every single show up until I was the age of like 27.
Wow.
Man.
I
Okay.
probably would have given up by then
No,
Yeah,
because I'm emitophobic, so I don't know.
Oh,
That would
no.
not be good.
Mhm.
nope, I kept going. All right, Daft, you're up.
So what is your favorite place to go watch other bands when you guys have time to just go and hang out together?
Hmm.
We haven't really
Yeah,
gone.
that's a weird question. So like, there's this really, it's an older venue in Milwaukee called the Rave. It's like a big concert hall, right?
Okay.
It's the closest place to me growing up that would actually house bigger bands because big bands don't come to Green Bay. It's too far out of the way. So Milwaukee's like a little less than 2 hours from here. So I have a lot of good memories of like going to that specific place to see all of my favorite bands. But the sound is so dog shit.
It's not good.
It's not good. So it's like I want to say that that's the one, but it's just it's more nostalgic than actually a great venue.
Well, there you go.
Okay, fair enough.
I think this is a good Jacob question because Jacob goes to shows every time we're not playing a show. Like,
Dude,
I don't know how he even has the energy, but I guess he is only 20.
Oh, god damn, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Man.
No, but for real, there's this little like bar, club, whatever you want to call it, called X-Ray Arcade in Cudahy,
Dude, I
Wisconsin.
knew it. It's just because of the fucking pizza bagels. This kid just likes the pizza bagels.
Dude, the pizza bagels are
Nothing
so
wrong with
good,
that.
dude, and they bring in so many artists. It's like
They do.
homie hang every single show. It's like back in October, I think it was. I saw Kublai Khan there, and it's a 300 cap room, so like everyone there was just like going crazy, and like you're up close and personal with the bands. It's such a cool place.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I do like X-Ray. We got to play there recently for Milwaukee Pride Metal Fest, and they do good job with the sound. It's a nice stage, nice little kind of mid-size venue.
Mhm.
It is really cool.
So I have a very like regional specific question
Okay.
for those of you that are legal to drink. What is
Poor Jacob.
what is all the hype behind New Glarus?
So this is a weird question. Jacob over there is not old enough. Lacey doesn't drink, and Jackie is not from Wisconsin. So this is probably just a.
It's all you, dude. I hate
You
beer.
got it, Derek.
Okay.
One answer.
So
If you-
I've been up to Wisconsin several times.
Yeah.
Every time I go, everybody's like, New Glarus. That's the greatest fucking beer in the world. And I've had it. And I'm like, it's okay.
It's kind of like a cult following thing. Like you grow up drinking Spotted Cow, and that's just what that's like the whole thing. I think it's specifically because you can't get it anywhere else. They will not deliver outside Wisconsin border. Like it is purely only this state. So I think that's why everybody, whenever you come here, it's not necessarily this is the greatest beer ever. This is hey, you can only get this here, but everybody else thinks it's the greatest thing ever. When I'm like, they got some good beers, but most of the time it's just a beer.
I actually I was taking care of a house and
Yeah.
I went to go deal with these guests and they were down vacationing from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And they had me come in. I did a bunch of stuff and they wanted to tip me. Well, they didn't give me money.
They gave you a sixer of New Glarus, didn't they?
They did. They're like, this is the greatest beer ever. It's the greatest beer you'll ever have in your life. And I'm just like, okay, I love beer. All right, I'll take it. And so I take it home and I'm like, I share it with my brother and I'm like, all right, let's drink this greatest beer that's ever been created. And we're both in there drinking it. And we're both looking at each other like,
It's beer.
Do you remember which one you had off the top of your head?
Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just like beer flavored beer. That's it. That's like the regular.
Don't they have like a citrus one or some shit?
They got a bunch of different ones. There are some very good ones, but Spotted Cow is just like it's beer. That's it. It's a pilsner. That's what it is.
I was like, I'm not a big pilsner guy. Like I really prefer like if I'm gonna drink craft beer, I prefer like IPAs or like a really good like porter or something like that. And I'm just like, it's all right, I guess.
See, but you gotta think. So think from the Wisconsin perspective. Nobody drinks a lot of good shit around here. We drink for quantity, not quality. Now I'm not speaking personally because I don't really drink, but it's just get your Busch Light, your Bud Light, your Miller Light, whatever the fuck you can cram 18 of in you. That's what you're drinking.
Light.
So like
whatever is cheap and can get you drunk. That's what people like around here.
There you go. That's another one. If you take that and then put Spotted Cow next to it, like it's gonna look a lot better than it actually is.
It at least has a very nice bottle with a cute cow on it.
Okay, so that leads into that's kind of a double-sided question. So we always ask this. I've noticed over the last couple of years, it's been very popular for bands to have their own branded alcohol, whether it's like a whiskey, a vodka, a beer.
Yeah.
If you had that opportunity, what would you choose for your band to be like your branded alcohol?
As someone who doesn't drink, it would certainly be the Double Temple.
Hell yeah.
No, our friend Josh comes and helps us sell merch a lot of the time, and he'll get me a Shirley Temple and get it like a tall one, and that's a Double Temple. So Trash Panda Double Temple.
Okay, fair enough.
Trash Temple.
If I am drinking, it's White Girl seltzers, so I'd probably go with that.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. Eric likes those trash White Claws.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Where's my soundboard?
We're gonna get one of those.
All right, Jackie, you got to make it interesting, man. You got to be the one.
Okay. I am an agent of chaos. If I want to put alcohol into the world, I'm trying to fuck somebody up, you know? So there was a memory I have of some homemade whiskey that they said was like 100 proof or some shit like that. It tasted much more than 100%. But
just rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, basically. And this was a post show party, and I was in a Care Bear onesie. Somehow my other friend ended up in the Care Bear onesie. We were all pissing in a circle, and then he threw up as we were pissing in the circle. I want to do that to people. So some really bad whiskey.
Hold on.
There's a whole story there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Man, I drank that whiskey. I don't remember it.
Okay, so you remember bits and pieces.
Exactly.
Like dicks out R. Kelly, like pissing in the middle.
Straight
of
up. So shout out to Donut in Joliet, Illinois. Just some random fucking show. I became the best friends with everybody there, and suddenly me and like 6 other dudes are all like, "Man, we all got to piss at the same time. Let's just fucking do it, fellas." And,
Can you hold hands?
You know what? No, we weren't quite that homoerotic about it. But we were all thinking.
We could make a version of WAP. Do you guys do that down there? Like, do you know what WAP is?
Yeah,
I had no idea. I thought you were talking about wet ass pussy.
No. Like everybody brings a bottle and you just dump it in a big Gatorade thing. Throw some watermelon in there, and that's your beverage for the night.
That's so here we call that fucking hunch punch.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think like the Wapatooey is what it actually comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just know it's like basically some big nasty fruit drink with a bunch of shit floating in it, and it doesn't look good.
Yeah, hunch punch like here because me and Ann, we live in a small island off the coast of South Carolina.
Okay.
And so we would take a giant like igloo cooler and fill it full of fucking ice. And it would have like tequila, vodka, gin.
Yeah, see this. Yep, there
Yeah,
you go.
pretty much same thing.
Everclear.
Yep.
And then you're gonna put in like every kind of sliced up fruit you can think of: lemon, lime, watermelon, cantaloupe, fucking the whole 9 yards.
That's it.
And then you're gonna fucking pour in like every goddamn fruit juice known to man.
Mhm.
Fucking grape juice, cranberry juice, fucking apple juice, everything, orange juice, everything into it. And then you're gonna make sure it's got the little fucking spout on it, and you just walk up and fucking spout that shit.
Mhm.
And you fucking go to town, and it
You
probably
get real fucked up off the fruit at the end of the night.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fucking 3 drinks in, you're probably puking, or you're gonna wake up to some woman that you really hope that you didn't wake up.
You're
to.
gonna make
But you're forgetting the moonshine that you add to it as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
See, because we add the moonshine to ours, and that stuff can get you good.
Yeah.
It's gonna eat you good, all right.
Moonshine, yeah. We know some people that make homemade moonshine that's different flavors, and you can hardly taste the alcohol. Like, it's fucking good, but
That's dangerous.
it is.
It
Yeah.
hurts you in the long run.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. All right, CB, you're up.
All right. So if you guys could offer advice to any other bands or any other people that you know that are trying to start a band, what would that advice be for them to get up and going?
One thing that jumps out, a misconception is that hitting up venues is how you're going to get shows. You should actually be hitting up other bands because you need other people who have the connection, because so many venues will like, oh, I've never heard of these guys before. Sweep it to the side, whatever. But if somebody else comes on your behalf, you get a lot farther with that.
Networking. That's
Yep.
what I tell.
Networking is huge. Yeah. I don't know. Just play everywhere all the time. Like, you're not too good to play at a shitty bar, you know? Like, you have to get out there, and you're gonna have to start small, and your shows are probably gonna suck for a while, but eventually you'll get your fan base and you'll get to do cooler things. But yeah, you got to just start small and take what you can get and go all the places you can go.
Yeah, I'll second that. Like, there's a point, like, we're finally starting to get to that point where I can look at a show offer and just say no. But when you're first starting out, anytime you get offered and you're available, like, just do it. If you're serious about this, just go do it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd say whenever you're at shows, like local shows, just talk to as many people in the bands as you can and just kind of ask them.
Especially bands that are more popular than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bands that are selling out these local places, like these 300, 500 cap rooms.
I'd like to lay out a public service announcement for all the local musicians. When you're done on stage, when you're done with your performance, pick up your crap and move it.
That.
Don't sit there with your cymbals and go like this. Just pick up the stand and walk off the stage.
Start moving.
Do it later.
Unplug your cables and get out. Please.
Yeah, like, for the love of God.
Yep.
Yeah, like, being timely is really big. Like, you don't want to piss off the other people you're playing with or the venue. So just like,
It sucks
Yeah.
getting cut off because the band before you took all the time getting off the stage.
oh, for sure, you're not on until like 1 a.m. because of that. We've been there.
You're not thinking in the moment, but venues take notice of that shit. Like, people will ask us back just because they know we will get on stage and off stage in the allotted time that we're supposed to. You know, like, it's important to these venues that they're on time too. So it's just not only a courtesy thing, but it'll actually pay dividends that you can't necessarily see right away.
Excellent. All right, Meg, you're up on deck.
Alrighty. So when y'all are doing your show and you're prepping yourself and you're building yourself up and you're mentally preparing yourself, that's all fine and good, but what do you want people to leave with at the end of your show? Like, you've gone on and you've rocked the house and you've done the best that you can do. What's your end goal for people to leave with after seeing you guys?
Who wants to go first?
Feeling differently than they arrived in.
What?
Like, oh, that was cool, or oh, that was weird, or oh,
Just to feel anything.
People that
Yeah.
say that was cool.
Yeah, I think we always hope that people will think that.
That's how I felt whenever I seen Guar not too long ago with Meg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of hope that they remember it, and whether they like it or not, that we made some sort of lasting impression that they'll tell people about, because all publicity is good publicity, as they said. And, you don't have to be everyone's favorite to still get your music out there and
Right.
get the people that actually do like you listening to you.
Absolutely.
How about you, Derek and Jackie? You gotta.
I like when people notice the intricacies of our songs, because there's not always a ton of people who notice that. Like, I'm sure you guys as musicians understand this. You put a lot of time and effort into things, and there are certain aspects of certain songs where it's like this little tiny, there's a bend on a note, or like a quick one beat break, or whatever the little intricacy is that nobody really notices, but somebody walks up to you, is like, oh dude, that little thing with the bell you did, that was cool. Like, that's, I always enjoy people who appreciate like the little details that go into it all.
Mhm.
Okay.
The little details are the most important.
They are, and it's sad that not everybody necessarily notices or cares about it, but it really can make or break a song.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It can, and I can say for certain, like a lot of the musicians I work with, we're all like that.
Yeah.
Like, we break it down and we go through it. Like, we've been in the middle of writing an album for over a year now. And we break everything fucking down. And like, our vocalist, she's amazing at it, and she will fucking break that shit down to goddamn like time points and be like, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. And it's like, but that's what you need.
Right.
Mhm.
Because if you're not working with musicians who are going to challenge you, how the fuck are you going to get better?
Yeah.
How are you going
Right.
how are you going to push yourself to that next level if you're like, hey, I like this what you did here, but here this shit don't fit.
Right.
So that's going to kind of go into the last question before we actually play, because we actually have one of your music videos to play before everybody fucking leaves, so everybody can actually hear y'all's music.
Hell yeah.
And it's the last question that we've got. How is it that you guys challenge each other to be better as far as a band?
Well, I can say that Jackie writes really weird time signatures that piss me off, but that's that's all part of it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's me. I be doing that shit.
Well, the song we're working on right now, the measures go 7-7-7-9. I don't know what the signature is on that or anything, but yeah, I'm
Right,
like,
it's just counting odd
dude,
numbers.
let's figure this one out.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I've been in bands where it's went from like playing to like regular like 4/4 time signature to like 16:30 seconds within like a song.
Mhm.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
But it does. It challenges you. And that's the type of shit that you want as a band, is to kind of elevate each other, push each other to that upper level. Like, we've tried to get other musicians to come in and play. Like, right now, it's only really 3 of us that write all the music, and we get a lot of hired guns to tour with us, and they'll come back and be like, well, we can't do this because it's too hard. It's like, but isn't that kind of what you want? Don't you want to play with musicians at a higher level that will push you and challenge you to learn to play them?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I'm so much better than when I started this in 2019. Like, we've had different members, come and go, and these guys here, they write things that are so interesting and intricate that I don't always know exactly how to phrase things, or I'm trying to do different styles in certain parts, and I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they do very good at challenging me and making me a lot better of a vocalist than I once was.
That's all. That's what you always fucking want.
You always want to learn. You stop learning, you start dying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like me, like as a bassist, whenever I started, I was like, yeah, I started with like easy stuff when I was a kid. And then as I got older, I started looking at all these like, and I don't play tech metal bands. I'm never in a tech metal band. I always play something that's like alt metal or something like that. And the band that I'm in now, it's a lot like Spirit Box or Deftones or Sleep Token is the type of stuff we do.
Mm-hmm.
But I always look at these bands that are known for extreme intricacy. Stuff like Tool and Meshuggah and Mastodon. Like, I study their bass players. I try to play their fucking music. I go to all their influences. Mr. Bungle is one that has insane fucking time signatures and all that. That's the type of stuff that I'm going to study to go into it. But there's so many musicians that are just like, oh, we just want to go in and be simplistic and do something catchy, and that's all we want to do. And I'm like, well, if that's the point, just fucking play pop music.
If you're going to do simple things, you're going to stay simple.
Yeah, I mean, but that's where you find the people that stand out, you know? Like, there'll be a local show going on, and so many people seem to kind of follow a formula, you know? And that's why people remember us, and there's definitely some really cool bands in our scene, too, that it's not just us out there being cool. But, no, you remember certain groups a lot more because they are doing something different and not just following, like, this is a punk song, this is a metalcore song, you know, like, so that's how you are remembered.
Yeah.
Exactly. So on that, we have ran out of time. We love you guys. Thank you to Trash Pandas for joining us. All of you stay put. Don't go anywhere because we are going to play one of their music videos on that. As soon as the music video we're out of here, we'll be back tomorrow night with another interview. Go follow Trash Pandas on all their social media accounts. Go check them out. Go listen to their music.
Buy their merch.
And most importantly, go to a fucking show.
Yeah.
Don't get the ass sitting in your goddamn house. Go to a fucking show.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Here's
Bye,
Trash.
guys.
Be safe,
Bye,
everyone.
y'all.
You too, man.
Trapped in comfort and I'm feeling lifeless, absent. Oh, there's no way to find happiness. Prepare yourself for the toll. There's nothing left to give, nothing left to take. Don't know what we're doing, it's become so fake. Never knew I'd feel it, join it so alone. I can't stop this feeling, guess that I've just grown. Nothing left to give, nothing left to take. Don't know what we're doing, it's become so fake. Never knew I'd feel it, join it so alone. I can't stop this feeling, guess that I've just grown. I never meant to hurt you.